Hey guys, welcome back to HyperTora. I know it's been a very long time since my last video. It's been really difficult getting boxes at the moment during the current crisis. But within a few days, I've actually had two boxes arrive a couple of days after each other, which was pretty brilliant. So I've got two Japancrate boxes here to open. I'm hoping that they are the June box and the July box, and hopefully not the August box, because if that's so and it's come really quickly, then I'm missing one. So hopefully these are June and July. It's hard for me to tell which one's which. I'm assuming this one came in sort of registered air, so I'm thinking this may be July, whereas this one seemed like the normal kind of packaging, so I'm thinking this is going to be June. So I'm going to start off with this one and see how we go. I still haven't got any Tokyo Treat boxes, unfortunately, to do. As far as I'm aware, they haven't shipped any of my Tokyo Treat boxes. I've sent them a support ticket and they've marked it as resolved without having actually contacted me at all. They've just ignored me, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, which is a real shame because I really like the Tokyo Treat box. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that one in the future if Tokyo Treat can't seem to deal with customer service and focusing too much time on their Tokyo Catch site rather than their other boxes. But let's get on to our Japancrate box. So let's open this up and find out which one this actually is. Cool. So this is June, so that was right as far as I'm aware. This is June's box, so that's really cool. Looks like we've got some really nice items in here. So I'll open this up. I'm not entirely sure what the theme for this month was. It's pretty something to do with what's on the front of here. I'm not entirely sure. Something to do with summer. It's a bit hard to tell. It was so long ago that these were supposedly shipped. So it's not always too easy to tell. So the first item we have in here, it's hard to tell what this is. I'm not too sure. It's a sour jerky. So this is from the original size box. Japan's version of jerky. It's really interesting to try out. We don't really get that much jerky in the UK. It is available, but normally it's like an American thing. So that's something new for me. Next up, we have a kind of rainbow gummy kind of, it says mini monster fruit flavour. So this is from the premium box. I think we've had something similar to this before looking at that. And it might have been the Japancrate that actually came in. So we've had similar stuff to that before. Next up, we've got what looks like some sour lemon gum. So this is from the premium box as well, and it's, again, it says in here, lemon gum, cool. Next up, we have some ocean salt Kit Kats. So this is something new for me. I've never had ocean salt Kit Kats before. So this is the premium bonus item. So I'm not sure if it's white, I think it's white chocolate with sea salt. So that'll be interesting. You don't tend to get too much white chocolate Kit Kats which haven't got some other sort of flavouring in them. I know this has got salt, but it's not the same as like when they add Sakura flavouring to it. So that'd be interesting. Oh, next up, I remember this being teased ages ago. I'm quite excited for this one. So we got some Oreos in this box, but these are Japanese Sakura chiffon cake flavoured Oreos. So this comes in the original box. So I'm quite excited to try these out. I forgot entirely that these were in this box. So I'm quite excited about those because I really love the Sakura flavouring. Next up, we have our drink, which is Zacata from Fanta. There's a lemon on it, so it looks like it might be lemon based. This is from the premium box. So inspired by Zacata, a traditional Romanian soft drink made from elderflowers. So that'd be interesting. I don't think I've ever seen an elderflower flavoured Fanta or fizzy drink in that sense. It isn't like a premium kind of soft drink in the UK. So I think so. Next up, we have some tapioca green milk tea. So this is from the original box. It says instant tapioca DIY. So this is our DIY for the month. So brings you delicious cup of tapioca milk tea in a matter of only 5 minutes, and anywhere. So they recommend adding a scoop of ice cream, which I don't think I've got. And there's two different variations we could have had. By the looks, we've got the green milk tea, The other option, I think, was just milk tea. I'm hoping there's going to be some instructions on how to make this in the booklet. Next up, we have what looks like a kind of gummy stick, or chewit stick. So this is, as far as I can tell, this is from the premium box. So this is chewy candy, sweet and fruity long taffy. So that'd be funky. I love sweet things, so I suppose I quite like Japancrate because there's a few more sweet things than you usually get in Tokyo Treat. Next up, we've got the JR Limited Express Chocolate. So these are pretty little kind of mini Smartie style things, but the kind of sound of that, we'll find out when we open that up in a bit. Next up, we've got a really nice big item here. So we got soy sauce chip star. These are a little bit like Pringles in the way they're packaged. So this is from the premium box. So that's gonna be interesting to try. I think we've had soy sauce sort of flavoured crisp before. I don't think we've quite had it like the chip star, so that'd be something new. Next up, we have a kind of chocolate pastry. This comes in the premium box, so this is chocolate pie. I think I've seen these in a previous box. I'm not sure which one, Japancrate or Tokyo Treat, before. It's a bit, it always reminds me of a sausage roll, which just had the sausage replaced with chocolate. Next up, we have some roasted shrimp and garlic, savoury potato snack, I think. This is roasted shrimp garlic craft scone. So that'd be interesting. What the scone part of that is. That's something totally new. I think we've had roasted shrimp stuff before, but nothing like that. Next up, we've got some more little chocolates. So this comes from the original box. These are like little Smarties, so there's not too much new about those. Next up, we have, actually, this is from the, I've mixed up which box this comes from. I'm not sure which one this comes from, because I can't see it on the booklet, but this one's definitely from the original. So this is My Melody chocolate. So it's just a little bit of chocolate with a kind of character on the back. Next up, we've got Mini Fresh. This is from the mini box. So this yogurty confection, but it sounds like kind of powdered hard candies in there. Next up, we've got some grape sour long gum. I absolutely love the grape flavouring, so that would be interesting to try out. After that, we have, sounds like a bag of Smarties again, but this is Charmeleon Ramune. So I'm not sure how this might dissolve in your mouth. It's probably not as crunchy as Smarties, but it looks like there's different flavours and they all maybe start off the same colour and change colour like a chameleon. And then the last item in the box we have is lemon corit. So this, I'm not entirely sure. It just says it's possibly a bit sour, so that'd be interesting to try out. And I think the one bit I've missed is obviously this one, Animal Land Chocolate, was from the mini box. But that's everything in this box. So let's get going to try some of this stuff out. I'll start off with our drink. So this is elderflower and there's lemon on there, so I think it might be elderflower and lemon. It smells definitely like elderflower. It's quite a nice refreshing drink. It's quite light. The elderflower or the lemon aren't too overpowering. It's quite a nice round drink if you're kind of thirsty on a hot summer's day. Next up, we'll try out our Chip Star potato chips. So these are supposedly soy sauce flavoured. So it always interests me, the packaging on this. If you look at a Pringles can, obviously you have the top and you pull the lid off, whereas these are inside a set kind of full packaging on the inside. Then on the bottom of this there's also a kind of pull, which I'm not sure what that's for. But let's open this up. These open quite easy, they're a bit like foil. You can smell the soy sauce. So definitely looks like a slightly smaller Pringle. That's not too bad a snack. You can smell the soy sauce. It doesn't taste as strong as it smells, which I kind of prefer. I think some of the soy sauce snacks we get sometimes a bit overpowering. That's quite light, so that's quite nice. Next up we have our roasted shrimp and garlic. These almost look like they're going to be a bit like piglets. Okay, snack or what's it? They're pretty cool. So that's interesting. It reminds me like a bit of battered seafood. Definitely got that seafood smell to it. When I first opened that, it kind of gave me a big whiff of what felt like wasabi. There might be some in there. There's like a hint of something, which might be just the garlic. But that kind of attacked my senses for a second. That was interesting. But that's quite a nice Moorish snack. It's definitely doesn't taste as fishy as the smell you get when you open those kind of things. Next up, we have our chocolate pie snack. So again, to me, these are like little sausage rolls with chocolate on the inside. That they taste really nice, and given they're packaged to last a long time on the shelf, they're really nice. Next up, we've got our little chocolate express from the original box. So I'm not entirely sure how to open this one up. There's a couple of sort of points to push in, I think, just to sort of sprinkle them out when you've got them open. So they're almost like that kind of reindeer poop that you get at Christmas in some of the Christmas things. So little chocolate balls. I think they've got a little bit of a sugar coating on them. They're really nice. They're quite chocolatey and nice and milky chocolate. Next up, we have our other little Animal Land chocolate. So I imagine these are like little Smarties. Just that. There is a slight different taste because of the chocolate from Japan, and obviously other countries differ slightly from what I'm used to in the UK. But nonetheless, to me, their Smarties, they're quite nice. So next up, we have this Melody chocolate. So it looks like it might be like strawberry flavoured from the pink. That's really nice, and the strawberry's really refreshing. They're very light in the mouth. Next up, we're going to open up our Oreos. So I've been looking forward to these since they teased them, even though I completely forgot they were coming. So it looks like in the box we got 3 little mini packages. And I think there's about 8 Oreos in each. So Oreo Crispy. I don't know what makes them more crispy than normal Oreos. They're a little bit thinner, I think, than normal. At least the ones I'm used to seeing. There. It definitely smells of Sakura. It's got a very nice, strong smell to it. They're quite nice. Given the strong smell, I was expecting that taste and flavour to be a little bit stronger. There is the hint of it there, but I think you taste the Oreo a bit more. I think it would have been maybe a bit nicer if they'd put a little bit more filling in those than what's currently in there, because I think the flavour's slightly overpowered by the biscuit of the Oreo. Next up, we have our Ocean Salt Kit Kats. And I really like that they've gone to this packaging, which is more recyclable than the old plastic packaging they had. The ones on the inside are still in the old plasticky packaging, but at least the outside ones are not as bad for the environment anymore. And it seems like they've done some origami stuff on the back, which you can try doing as well. So we've obviously got a big bag of these, so I'm not entirely sure how many of them are in the bag. I think it says mini 12, so there's probably about 12 of these in there. It's a little bit melted, I think, probably from its long journey. It smells like white chocolate. It's really nice having just a almost plain white chocolate Kit Kat, but the salt does kind of hit you a little bit. It's a little bit different, I suppose, than just normal white chocolate. I'm not quite sure if it was quite what I expected. It's nice nonetheless, but a little bit different. Next up, we've got our lemon sour gum. So this, I thought was going to be in little balls, but this is actually some sticks of gum. Oh, that's that. Oh, that's a lot more sour than I was expecting. Oh, need a drink. If you like sour things, that's the thing to go for. If you're not too keen on sour, that's probably a little bit much. It's not as bad as those old atomic sweets, but it's still a bit of a shock to the system. Next up, we have another, I think this was another gum stick. So, no, this was taffy. So we got a long fruity taffy. That's really nice, really refreshing. I think that's melon flavour, at least this one. It really tastes like that, but the booklet says plum juice. So considering plum's normally quite sour, that we get from Japan, that's actually quite nice. Next up, we have our jerky. So I'm not entirely sure what jerky this is from. Dried squid. Here, so this is dried squid jerky. It's quite chewy. It has got that kind of fishy taste to it as well as the fishy smell. I'm not sure everyone would like this. It depends on how much you like fish, really. I'm kind of indifferent to that one. It's not my flavour of thing really to want to sit and eat. I wouldn't pick that up off the shelf, but I'm sure some other people would. Next up, we have our rainbow kind of sugared candy there. That's really nice and fruity. It's obviously got a kind of sour sugar on it, but it's nowhere near as bad as the other gum. Next up, we've got another gum though. This is our grape gum. So this is new. I haven't seen it like this before. There's a kind of hollow centre, or they might have some grape stuff inside. I can't quite see. No, I think it's just hollow. That's pretty cool. I've not seen that in a candy before. So that's really nice and grapey. Just what I'd expect from a grape candy, a flavoured candy from Japan. It's really nice and refreshing. If I was going to eat gum, that would probably be the one I'd have. That's really quite nice. Next up, we got these kind of yogurty flavoured things, and it actually says yogurty in the booklet. So they look like little Ramune pellets. They do. Little white things. It's not, I suppose there is a little bit of milkiness to it. It tastes a little bit more like Ramune than it does the yogurt, but there might be a slight hint there. So we got these orangey lemon corette things. It says lemon corette. There's oranges on the packaging. So these are little suckable sweets that taste like lemon. I won't eat one of those on camera because that'll take me too long to suck. We don't tend to get too often hard candies like that, but you can suck on. So it's quite nice, and it just tastes like normal lemon. So that's pretty funky. Our next item is our Charmeleon candy. So these are kind of little discs. They're kind of hard powdered candy which break apart when you chew it. I think they're meant to change colour, but I'm not entirely sure. Nonetheless, they taste alright actually, they're not too bad. So our final item in this box is our tapioca green milk tea. Now I was hoping, like Tokyo Treat, they might have the instructions on the packaging here, or at least in the booklet in English, which I can't see. Oh no, I can see. So it's at the top. So we apparently need some hot water for this. So I'm gonna quickly take a break and go and get... Okay, so I've got some hot water now. I'm gonna open this up. It looks like the kind of takeaway packaging, which is quite, it's always fun to have. Quite a nice plastic top actually. So we've got, if I can get the lid off, we've got a tapioca straw, we've got a milk tea powder, and then these will be our little tapiocas. So remove them all from the cup, which I've done. Next up, we need to fill the cup with the pouch of tapioca and milk tea powder. So I think we need to put both of these into here. If I can open it. I'll try not to spill the powder. There is a couple of marks on the inside that says ice and hot, or I think you can put ice into the cup if you want to by the looks. But we're going to do a hot one because I've started that now, so we need to put our tapioca, dried black tapioca in. So I've never had anything like this in a Japanese box before to mix like this, so this is really interesting to do. So now we've done that, we need to fill this up to the water level line. Just enough there actually. I'm going to give it a quick stir with a straw. So I'm a little bit worried about stirring this because of how hot it is. It says 90 to 100 degrees C, so I've just obviously used boiling water, which hopefully hasn't cooled down too much. It says stir well and wait about 5 minutes for the tapioca to become soft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that for a few minutes and you guys will see it in a matter of seconds. Okay, so I've waited a few minutes. I've given it time for the tapioca now to get a little bit softer. I've also chucked a few ice cubes in there because it said I could on the packaging of this. It's still hot. I think it's just for me to cool it down a little bit. So this is a new kind of thing for me. I've never really had it like this. So the green tea is a little bit bitter. Nowhere near as bitter as the matcha green tea I had in a Japanese tea ceremony, which is extremely bitter. So this is pretty around about normal for green tea. I'd like it a little bit sweeter if I could. So the tapioca balls, soft and chewy. I wouldn't say there's a massive amount of flavour to them. All I can really taste is the green tea. It's an interesting drink. I suppose it depends how much you like matcha flavouring. I think I'd quite like to try the normal tea flavoured one because I find this a little bit bitter for me. But I'm sure a lot of you would enjoy that as it is. But that's everything for this box. I'm going to do the other box in another video, so keep an eye out for that one. It'll hopefully come out shortly after this one. Hopefully I'll get some more news on Tokyo Treat soon. It's hard to say with everything that's going on, but Japancrate's at least shipping a little bit quicker for my second box to arrive just after the other one is pretty good, which means they're starting to catch up with their deliveries. But thank you for watching. Please do hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the video. Please do hit the subscribe button if you want to see more unboxing videos and get notifications about them. And don't forget the notification bell to actually get notified when those come up. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.